Here we go.
Quit acting stupid. With
Bobby,
Jamie,
and
Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Quit Acting Stupid. I am your host, Jamie Paredes, and joining me are
I am. Hey, we thought we would do something good. Kind of reset for those that are on. No, I'm Bobby. What? So it's like you tell me to introduce myself, and I was going to explain why I'm introducing myself.
say your name. It's supposed to be a rhythm. Bobby, Rudy, Andy.
Come on, we're moving, we're shaking here.
And then we can explain that later why we did that. But
allow myself to introduce myself.
Sorry, this is Bobby.
Danger's my middle name. I'm Rudy,
and I'm Andy,
and we are the three.
Yeah, I got that one.
I'm Lucky Day.
I was picking up on that.
I'm that Nederlander.
And I'm Dusty Bottoms.
That was about as smooth.
My little buttercup.
Smile. Yeah, that was a disaster.
Well, you guys started.
If by episode 30 you don't know that Three Amigos is one of our favorite movies, then shame on you. We haven't done a good enough job.
Well, now you can explain, Bob, what we were trying to accomplish there while I adjust my lighting.
We thought it would be a good idea for those that maybe are just now joining us and have just now found the show to make sure everybody knows, especially those listening on Spotify, to know who our voices are. So, if you're not seeing this every week, you obviously, if you're seeing this every week, you can tell who's talking. But if you're just listening, say you're in your car or you're going on a jog and you're trying to listen to our podcast.
A yog with a soft J.
Soft J.
Yog?
Just extended running for a long period of time.
It's an Anchorman reference. A yog.
I got it.
J. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
You're ruining my groove. Anyway, that was the reason we did it. So let you know who our voices were. Go ahead and explain it further, Andrew.
Most of our listeners know all four of us too. There's a lot of family members, but some people that come in just because they know Rudy or just because they know me don't know the others. So I think it's helpful. I think it's nice. And after 30 episodes, I feel like we've come a long way. We can still keep making it better. So
who do you think's pulling the most listeners? Which one of us?
It's definitely not me because I'm almost like kind of ashamed of this thing. Really?
Oh, wow.
Okay. That hurts. That hurts, brother.
That stings a little bit. That stings.
I initially get red faced. It's sort of like, yeah, I heard your show. I'm like, what show? Oh, that? Why? Why'd you listen to it? Yeah.
Man. You just make a joke, Bobby.
I did.
I think it's my eloquent speaking voice. Eloquent.
Like pelican. Mm-hmm.
Guys, let me be the first to apologize to our viewers for our technical difficulties in the Lori episode. Same with the John Bailey episode, because I think they were both like really, really good guests. Like I think they were really good guests, but if it was difficult to follow, I listened to it today, and I listened to it on Spotify. I haven't seen it yet on YouTube, but yeah, it just sucks because she had some good stories that we could have gotten into, and it just sucks that we couldn't get the connection good.
When you're in the middle of it and you can feel that it's not flowing right, like there's a delay or there's something, then it just kind of makes you naturally want to shut down a little bit, unfortunately.
Right. I tried to back off a little bit, and because forget the fact that there's 5 of us, but like just with the lag, it was like I don't want to jump in, and then so it was too bad. Lori stuck it out like a trooper, so thank you to her.
I almost feel like we owe it to her and John to do another episode with
do another one. I told John we would come out. So his longboards, the new longboards open on 132nd, whatever street that is. So it opened. I haven't talked to John in a little bit, but we mentioned going out there and recording something. So I was talking to James, my son-in-law, and asking him if he can get us set up out there, and he said, "Yeah, it shouldn't be too big of a deal." So we've never done one all in the same place together, so it could be interesting for sure. So,
do you think we should have them promote our appearance? If they did, there might be so many people show up that we might get mobbed.
You line up
Do
the door.
do you guys think we need security detail?
probably. I mean, I would think so. Have you guys had people come up to you and ask for autographs and stuff? It's happened to me like 2 or 3 times, and so
yeah, I had a lady that asked me to sign her chest, and I was just like, man,
all right.
really over the top.
why do you go to the gutter immediately?
You nasty.
I can control what the lady. That's shocking. Like, hey, aren't you one of the
Not everybody carries paper around.
Yeah,
Rudy. I mean, you got to sign what you can sign.
She had a marker, but she didn't have paper. She was just like, "Hey, I'm just so excited to meet one of the 4 brothers from that show that I listened to, and would you sign these for me?"
She was thinking about getting it in a tattoo, making a tattoo.
She actually told me she was thinking about maybe making a tattoo of it, and I was very flattered, very honored. But
that's disgusting.
I have had people come up to me and say, "Yeah, you're from that show, aren't you?" Like, well, yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I am.
I think he's still a little loopy from getting his booty hole violated today.
Yeah, so let's talk about this.
Let's talk about that. Let's get that route right.
Your brother was entered today, or what?
That's top story. That's headlines.
Top story. Okay, here's
news.
Our main story.
The Paredes men, particularly on thanks to our father and his genetics, we are predisposed to a certain type of cancer that resides somewhere, down below, and
in your butthole.
And so I was having this is the second time I've had a biopsy on my prostate, which quite honestly just is a little more uncomfortable than anything else. So yeah, I had that like 6 hours ago.
Okay. Wait a minute. More importantly, why can I not find the "I'm very aroused" drop? Did somebody just
right here?
I'm very aroused.
Come on, man.
I missed it a long time ago.
I sat there and looked for the "that's disgusting" drop for like 5 minutes.
I have to tell you, I had the nurse that was helping me in pre-op, or it wasn't even an operation, but it was a procedure. But anyway, they call it pre-op. And the lady
that wanted the boob signed.
No, but she said
she and Ferris Bueller.
She was doing all the paperwork and stuff, and then even with the anesthesiologist in the room, she says, "Okay, are you ready to get naked?"
Naked? Did she say it like with
literally said just like that? She said, "Okay,
walking around ready to get naked?"
Exactly, and I was like, "Oh my Lord." Thank goodness there's another. Thank goodness there's a witness in here. There's another person.
Lot.
Did she want to restore your pluck?
It made me laugh. It made me smile. I was feeling pretty miserable because I hadn't eaten anything all day or drank anything, and so yeah, I was missing my coffee, my caffeine. Anyway.
So is it like when you do a colonoscopy? Like, did you have to drink stuff to clean your butt out, or what?
Oh Jesus, we're gonna go here, aren't we?
Yeah, well, that's disgusting.
You might as well just keep that
hot dog. Like you might as well a hot dog down a hallway.
You might as well just keep that drop ready, because what I had to do is not drink anything, but I had to
insert it.
I had to do an enema, a fleet enema.
Oh, enema. Did you do a public enema?
Public enema number 1. Fact.
Yeah, well, that's disgusting.
You're right. I'm gonna stand.
I'm very aroused.
I could probably go and grab the green and white box of my fleet that I just used, like earlier today.
You know what? Just out of curiosity, is there any other brand? Like, who's Fleet's competition?
Generic.
Like Fleet.
Yes.
It's like Paz during Easter.
Yeah.
They're the only game in town.
King.
Yeah, they're the only game in town. If you're gonna dye eggs, you got to go Paz, or
And if you're gonna put something in your butt, gotta go Fleet.
It's funny that you guys say that, because Dad has all the whatever, and so I've never even had a finger in my butt yet. So,
well, you're missing professionally.
Not a medical finger, but
yeah, not professionally, right?
Let's get that straight.
So I had to do an enema.
Look forward to.
Oh,
do
yeah.
an enema to prepare.
No, you know what? Let's talk about. Go ahead, finish your story.
Sure,
Because
I'll tell you my story.
It's
I'd like
pretty
to.
much finished. I did the enema. Everything comes out. They clean you out. You go over there, and then I don't know. They
Yeah, well, that's disgusting.
gave me medicine to prevent an infection because that's one of the things that can occur is you can get an infection. Oh, I know the other gross part, so you might as well get that done.
Time out. Can I have a question? Can I ask a question real quick? Like a serious question.
Absolutely.
So a biopsy is when they chop a piece of something off, correct?
Yeah.
And they send it away. So did they chop a piece of your butthole?
They chop off portions of your prostate.
Okay.
From
Continue.
various, he was explaining it to me as like there's different zones and different levels, and they're basically taking a sample from here, a sample from there, a sample from there.
It's like skee ball.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, little white meat, little dark meat.
Let me get a little up here, a little down here. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
At least it's just
if you think of your prostate as like a fist or whatever, I mean, you don't want to just you don't want to take one
like that.
one. You don't want to just take one
that's
sample.
your butthole.
Oh, the prostate is just in your butt. It's just past that wall.
Hey, at least it was just a biopsy and not a triopsy. That would have hurt.
Ooh, that sounds worse. Okay, go ahead, Bob. Sorry, we'll let you finish.
Okay, so one of the side effects is really the thing that I'm a little concerned about, but you got to drink a lot of
side
fluid.
effects those are.
No, you're going to see blood in your urine and blood in your stool and blood in your semen for like the next, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 weeks.
But isn't that normal? I mean, if it's not, I'm in trouble.
Tuesday night for me.
Sounds like. I was gonna say Tuesday night too, but that's a little on the nose since we really usually record Tuesday night.
Yeah,
like I didn't want to.
Well, you know what your mother's gonna say, right? She's gonna say
too much of that.
That's
what stupid.
What stupid is what I thought.
There
were a lot of answers for that.
Yeah, what mother would say. Quite a few answers.
So anyway, that's it. That's all I have.
So they sent it off. They sent it off, and then we're gonna find out how soon.
I find out the results in I don't know. By the time I go visit with my guy, like July 9th. So
are you worried? Was this something that you did because the doctor thought it needed to be done?
So this is actually the second time I've had it done in less than a year. The first time was last fall.
I think the doctor just likes your butthole, really.
Well, it was actually a different guy this time, which made me a little nervous. But anyway,
was it Boombots?
Vinny Boombots? No, it was Dr. Spaceman.
Vinny Boombots. It was Ass Man. That's what his license plate said.
Ass Man. There you go, Dr. Von Nostrand.
The doctor was like, "Hey," he was telling the other doctor, "Hey, you got to see this guy.
You got to look at this. Yeah.
Check this out, Dr. Nick."
Hey, and then he proceeds to go, "Echo, echo, echo," and
is anyone in there? In there. And then bats flew out. What was that?
Wow, so Bob Nelson over here.
Yeah, I was doing a little. What's Michael
Winslow?
Okay. Anyway, sorry.
So you're alternating from the from the serious to the
Yeah. Okay. No, that was a
That's
serious.
what we do.
So I had my first one last fall.
Okay.
It was negative. No problems. It was clean. We were good. Then earlier this year, my PSA increased further, which indicates that my prostate is continuing to grow.
I think Manny took the PSAT earlier this year. His wasn't. He didn't do great, but
anyway, we're talking about health here. Come on.
Sorry.
Be serious.
No, actually, that was pretty good. Yeah. So anyway, this is now the second biopsy since last fall.
And I asked the question, and I wasn't listening at all. I apologize.
He said this was a more aggressive one than what they did previously.
So they found something else for a reason to look for it.
The increased PSA, the prostate continuing to grow.
Sorry.
So if it's continuing to grow, then something's causing it to grow. And we may be fortunate that we have very large prostates. I tell my wife, "Hey, what's it like being married to a guy with a very large prostate?" Women envy you.
Dig it.
Yeah.
You know what
Chicks
they
dig
say.
prostate. Yeah.
Guys with big hands have big prostates.
You know what they
I
say
wonder
about
if
guys with
mine-
big prostates?
Since I have not been entered, I wonder if mine's big. Like, could I find that out myself?
Probably not. You don't.
I
You
need somebody.
probably couldn't reach far enough, and you wouldn't know what you're feeling for.
You're right.
I mean, just pure enjoyment. But I mean, other than that, you wouldn't know what you're.
So that's my dilemma. Like my doctor right now, he's got some sausage fingers, I gotta say, because I've scoped him out on visits. Like I'm like, what's he working with? But I don't want to go female because I don't.
Or do you?
No, I don't.
I
So
don't. I think you want
I
to.
want a dude there because then it's strictly business. Where
I think you. I think you want it to be more a locker room. Like, hey, what's that back there? You know.
Hey, man.
Kinda,
what is
I
that?
I don't know what locker rooms
Does that look
you've been in,
infected?
but no
you
locker
don't-
room I've been in have I said, hey,
I've
would
been
you
to some
mind,
planet.
would you mind slipping a finger in to just?
I've seen.
Whoa!
I've seen the old guys at Planet Fitness. There's really no barriers.
I wish he'd whisper in my ear first.
That's what I was gonna say.
Um,
Would you rather him whisper or like
yeah, I mean,
play
You
some
know, the
music?
worst thing is when they do it, they lube up their finger and
Yeah, and then you're left
then
with
they
lube
leave
all
you
in
all
your
messy.
butthole.
They leave you all
Yeah.
messy.
So I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
you
I'll
feel-
tell you
You
my
feel dirty.
my experience with it. Yeah,
You feel
yeah.
dirty because you're left to clean yourself up. He's like,
yeah, he like throws the towel on you and says,
Like, I'm
"Get yourself
done.
cleaned up."
Yeah, I'm
He
done
threw,
with you.
he threw a Kleenex at me, and I kind of looked like I'm not crying, man. It's fine. Like,
I would have grabbed the Kleenex and dabbed my eyes.
yeah.
Woo!
I
But
wonder how
I
many
just in
people
my
actually joke in that situation. I was not in the joking mood ever
no,
when that has occurred.
yeah, because when he does, he doesn't give you much time. At least my guy doesn't.
No.
He's just like, put your hands on the table and
Drop the doors.
I think he says he might say take a deep breath or something, but it basically feels like somebody's pushing your stomach out, like the whole wind gets taken out of you. Like
yeah, I got to just lay
Moon
down.
River.
You got to lay down?
Yeah, I just got
wait a
rolled over.
Ooh, I don't think that's proper protocol.
Did he dim the lights at all?
No, and I but he did close the blinds. He did go.
Did he set
No,
the night to
I-
music?
I wanted him to set the tone a little more. Like, hey, can we? Like, hey, I know
Hey,
this is gonna be
Doc.
uncomfortable, man.
I'm
Like,
telling you, I've never had it done, and now I'm kind of jealous.
I'm wondering if I should request the pinky or what.
I don't think the pinky goes in far enough where they need to get to touch the prostate. But,
There was one time.
nice try.
that's another reason why you might not want a female, because I would think they might have longer nails.
I would hope if they had some exams coming up, they would clip them or like
Yeah, I don't think they're.
I don't know. I don't know.
I
like
don't know, actually-
when Parker has to do a dance routine, she has to take her nails off, like, or she can't
What if
have
they-
long nails.
What if they have some of those nails that have the little stones in them or whatever? Could you imagine that?
Hold on.
Ribs for your pleasure.
I can totally imagine it. Hold on. I never had that done, but
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
there was one time when I thought I felt a lump in my bag once, so I had to go
Quit playing with your dinghy.
I had to go to a doctor for that, and when he's like, okay, let's, I don't remember what he said. It was a while ago, but it was like pull him out or let's see him or something. But he got him, and it was like the dad on Boys in the Hood with those two silver balls. He was doing this with them, and I'm like, bro, what's up, man? Luckily, it was all good news. That was years ago.
You're lucky he didn't just take him and just throw him across the table. Like.
But yeah,
That's for
so-
dexterity. He's got to practice work.
right. But he said,
Be
yeah,
able
that's
to get in
nothing to
everywhere.
worry about. Apparently, there's a connection in there, and he's like, yeah, that's all that is. So
I felt a lump. I don't know if I ever told you guys about this, but I felt a lump.
what? Yeah, I think like your boys are connected somehow, right? Like, I don't know.
Let's
I
so
didn't
go ahead,
think so,
Andrew.
but anyway.
Sackman and Throbbing. They were.
I thought you were talking about your taint, like the ass ball connection.
That's the ABC, the Devil's
The
Driveway.
ABCs.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, I felt a lump one time on my chest, and it was, I mean, it was noticeable. Like hey, this one feels this way, this one is whatever. But I go and I went to it all happened in one day. Like I made a early morning appointment with my primary care, and then all of a sudden went to radiologist and all this. Because I was like, whoa, and I started worrying about what's happening. It ended up being a calcified lymph node. They're not worried about it. They just said kind of keep an eye on it if it gets bigger or smaller, if it moves. But when I Googled calcified lymph node, or maybe there was another term they gave me, I Googled it under alternate name for the sickness. It was man-boobs. So I tell people that I was diagnosed with man-boobs.
So when you say calcified, the word calcium comes into my head, and I'm thinking you got some milk in them titties. Like,
I know, right?
Let's get it out. But
save some money. How much milk we go through?
Greg, can you milk me?
I had that drop, and I was like, there will never be a moment to put that in, and
that would have been great.
Does it bring all the boys to the yard?
Possibly, yeah. Good question.
I don't know. I didn't test the theory out.
Interesting. Wow.
Have we exhausted this? Because if not, I can go further. But if we've exhausted this,
no, please.
So when I thought I had something to lump on my bag too, my boys down below, and so anyway, it ended up just being a spermatocele, which I guess is like sperm that ends up inside your.
It got out, but it didn't go all the way out. Like what?
Maybe I miss anyway, it was called a spermatocele, but maybe I'm misremembering what the doctor said.
It's like it's like your milk spilled inside the bag, inside your grocery bag. Like it's a mess.
At least that's what I think it was.
I didn't know that could happen, man.
Man, I'll tell you, when you're young and they tell you, make sure you check for lumps. Sometimes those shower sessions ended up being pretty extended, but just trying to be thorough.
Yeah, well, that's disgusting.
Come on, keep it above board here.
I guess this could be a lump.
Let's go. I'm gonna need to see your hands for the rest of the episode.
Hey guys, I love women.
Playing pocket pinball down here.
Man, wow.
All right, now that our mom has totally shut this thing off and isn't listening any longer.
I'm hoping anyone that I know shut this off.
Yeah, gee, and that's why I'm embarrassed to be part of this show.
Yeah, that was something.
Jamie, weren't you worried about having something to talk about?
And you know what I was worried about is I just told everybody at our family reunion this weekend, hey, tune into this show. So what if some of them actually said, hey, you know what? I'm going to check out that show that my cousins do that they just promoted during our family reunion. We
literally stood up in front of the entire family and said, guys, we got this podcast. Check it out.
And now we've just done 20 minutes on testicles,
our buttholes, and our balls.
But look at this professionalism to transition like a pro.
That was a solid transition.
That was what we call in the biz as a segue.
Okay, hold on. Jamie's got something.
No, I was just going to say, hopefully they listened to our last show with Lori and we're just like, I'm never going to listen to those four clowns again.
They can't get their connection together, so this is trash, and then they've given up. So,
but here's the thing. I think at one episode that we did, I had said that part of the reason for doing this podcast was because I wanted to, in case I get hit by a bus or whatever, I want my daughters to be able to see their dad. And I'm like, now I'm kind of regretting that.
I don't want my kids.
Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
Now's the best time. Like, I'm glad my Manny and Parker don't watch. Miranda, I'm sorry. And Macy, she doesn't watch either. So.
Yeah,
but she's listening upstairs, right?
I think so. I told her I wanted to get headphones, and she's like, "No, don't get headphones because then I can't hear you guys downstairs." I'm like, "What?" So I don't know. She does listen apparently, but yeah.
All right.
Well, there you go.
But Bobby,
make her a YouTube account so she can subscribe.
I should. Her friend said
good.
Her friend said that their parents won't let them watch podcasts. And I'm like, yeah, make sure, please, that your friends do not watch my podcast. But as Bobby was alluding to, though, guys, this past weekend,
look at that.
the Juarez Camino family reunion.
Now, didn't we establish that should be a tilde over the N for Gamino?
Well after the shirt was printed, but yes.
I like to think of myself as childish Gamino. It's a rapper.
Rudy liked it because he always liked the name Gamino because it sounded Italian, and he always wanted to be Italian.
And I was going to be named Nicholas. Mom and Dad made it clear they were going to name me Nick. And so think if my name was Nick Gamino, how awesome would that have been?
You'd be Nicky.
Hey, Nicky Gamino over here, this fucking guy.
Because when I did like the name Nick.
What'd you say, James?
I was just saying you'd get a free pass to jail as soon as you came out of the womb.
Because I'm Nicky Gamino over here. Yeah. And I got my Yankees hat on over here.
Jeez.
Nicky Gamino. What were you saying, Andrew?
No, I like the name Nick when we were trying to come up with a boy's name, and we ended up with Nathan. But for whatever reason, I wanted to call him Nicky. And right away, that was a deal breaker.
We would have called him Little Nicky for sure, had he been born.
Hey,
I'm literally just leaving this picture up because I want to draw attention to Jamie's nasty vein on his arm.
Gross.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
So anyway.
Thank you for body shaming me, brother.
Yeah. No, you guys do it to me all the time. So
Yeah, well, that's disgusting.
That's a little Dutch door action, you know? It's a little what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Yeah. So.
Is there a term besides Mexican that you prefer? Something less offensive?
That drop is way too long. Anyway. So we had
it's good, so I don't mind it.
Okay. We had the Gamino family reunion, the Juarez Gamino family reunion.
¡Viva México, cabrones!
Love it.
2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. We've had it at Antioch Park. Hot as balls out there, like crazy. Although last year, I know Mom had me bring my grill out, and I was actually grilling hot dogs the whole time. Yeah. So think of the heat plus it was terrible. So, but yeah, what'd you guys think, man? It was good to see everybody.
Great time. I enjoyed it.
I was, for those who care to know, we actually did have something besides Mexican food, which yeah,
but there was Mexican food.
Yeah.
Did you guys have Did you guys have the carnitas?
Okay, all right, hold on. Stop. Let me stop the show. Do you
have anything besides Mexican food?
We started into talking about the family reunion, and where's the first place we go?
Food.
Lay off me, I'm starving.
Well, to be fair, the first thing was the heat. But yeah, second would be food when you talk about how much food there was. I mean, we should have taken a picture because it's one of those things where they say everybody needs to bring a covered dish or something, or it's a potluck style. And I think I even joked around that I'm like, I'm not going to bring anything because, I mean, everybody's going to bring something. There's going to be plenty of food. Without any kind of sign up sheet or a discussion of what people are bringing. I mean, there were 3 potato salads and untouched
the
trays
cranberries.
But you have to bring something because
I know.
You walk up where no.
I just brought something. So Mom, what'd you say, Jamie?
I said that was the one thing just drilled into my head from being a kid that Mom says don't come empty handed.
It's literally the only reason why I brought something was because Mom.
Absolutely, and I'm not even saying that I would have wanted to do. I'm just saying I could have because there was just so much food. Like everybody brings something.
So what did everybody bring? What did you bring, Andrew?
I brought potato salad and some fruit, some grapes.
One of the 3 potato salads.
Yeah, just a couple of little things. Rudy, your text. You said when I'm bringing this, and this, and me and Kaylee looked at her. We were on our way to Price Chopper. We looked at her like he took everything that's easy to grab. Like everything we had talked about bringing.
Yeah, well, I wasn't gonna bring I almost brought. They had a rack of baby back ribs that I was gonna bring, but I just kept thinking those are gonna be cold by the time we get to the park.
Yeah,
and so but still, I would have eaten them cold. I mean, but. Yeah, I did bring we just went around the outside, the bakery, and just, get that. Yeah. So, yeah, I brought everything. Macy wanted to bring the watermelon, so we grabbed watermelon. But
did you guys bring watermelon? I brought watermelon.
We brought watermelon, yeah.
I didn't see any watermelon there.
You didn't see any watermelon? There was tons of watermelon.
No, my watermelon got eaten. We had no watermelon to bring back.
Did you bring slices of? I didn't bring any watermelon back either. It was all gone. But did you bring slices?
Anita sliced it up before we left. Yes.
I don't know where Macy was getting them, but she's like, I'm gonna go back and get some watermelon. I'm gonna go back and get some water. She had like 5 slices of watermelon, like just yeah. So I brought mine was chunk. They were in chunks and they were cut up in a plastic, whatever. Jamie, what'd you bring?
I bought drinks because I was actually on my way to just grab a dessert of some sort at Aldi, and then Mom sends the text, "Somebody bring drinks," or whatever. I'm
Did
like,
you not see that I brought drinks too? I brought water and I did sneak in a couple beers.
You brought alcohol, which was we were explicitly told not to bring alcohol.
So I thought that was just our mother telling us. I didn't realize the park had a rule, no alcohol, because we were drinking there last year. I remember having Coors with Nick Perez's. I'm throwing him under the bus. Nick Perez had Coors in his cooler, and he handed me one. I was having beers last year.
We don't have no beer, just tequila.
So when Mom said no beer, quick goat thinking, I went to the liquor store area and I got the Leinenkugel summer shandies because they look like lemonade. I'm like, Mom will be none the wiser. Crack, and then so she didn't say anything. She didn't even know, and I was meanwhile getting drunk. So how do you like them apples?
Proud of yourself?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Back to the reunion, and
That's what you got to do when it's 100
Everything
degrees
you're doing is bad. I want you to know this.
Okay, so the reunion.
The part I enjoyed the most was all the families. They need a microphone next year, though. But all the families getting up and explaining who they were kind of helped a little bit. Now we went through it so fast that I'm
You liked that part? You
not going to remember all the kids' names, all the little kids, but
yeah,
that was good for that family. For the family that was there, I mean, I knew 90% of them, but I mean, like the little kids and some family members you haven't seen in a while, and they got quite a few kids now, and so you're like, I know you belong to that family over there, but I don't exactly know.
It sucked because we did those introductions like right as soon as Manny left with Macy, and then Parker wasn't there; she had to work. Luckily, I had Miranda and James, Sonny and Rylan there, but
and we had to shout. So I wish maybe next time somebody needs to bring a microphone so we can.
I remember last year, John, Barbara's son, he had like an app on his phone.
That's right. He did.
That made it just a microphone and
it made the phone a microphone
or something.
Yeah.
But I know he wasn't there because I think they're expecting
they were expecting like in a few days.
Soon. Yeah. So who knows? Maybe he'd be responsible for that next year or in the future.
During those for those introductions, I had just one of my kids there, Quentin and Crystal were there. They were the only ones, and so I told Quentin that he for that day was up to number 1 on the Jamie's Children Power Rankings. So he's currently number 1.
What was his last ranking?
Oh, he's been 4 with Bullet for no.
So he's been up 3 spots. So let's hear the rankings then. You brought it up. Quentin?
What does Pee Wee Herman do? Pee Wee's Big Adventure. I can't hear you. No.
Yeah, I got you.
What?
Yeah. So the introduction, it was getting kind of hot. It was getting kind of long. There's a lot of people out there, but no, that was a good part. I mean,
I enjoyed catching up with people I haven't seen in a while.
That's something that as you get older, you appreciate a little bit more because I'm sure when I was a teenager, I didn't care for that because Mom has always been and
well, it was Mom's idea.
There's always somebody. It's usually Mom, but there's always somebody that has the bright idea of like, let's all take a big picture. Let's all go through and say, because it's very important to that older generation. I think that as we get older, that we kind of take the torch, even though things are just a lot different now. There's more of us.
That's what's freaking me out these days. And we've got another family reunion this weekend on our father's side, on Dad's side. But that's what's sort of freaking me out is that we're no longer those teenage boys that can just, hey, I'm going to sit over here, eat my food, and go home. But you look around the room and you're like, wow, I'm starting to be one of the older ones. And so now you
got to clean up.
It's incumbent upon me to explain to my kids who these people are. So yeah, it's
along those lines. The thing I came away with was that Dad was the oldest one there.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that? They were like, "Oh, so and so's the oldest." No, Bobby's.
So that was me. So the way that happened was somebody yelled out and said that, and I'm 76 or 75 years old, so I'm probably the oldest person here. And I, knowing that we had just celebrated Dad's birthday, 2 weeks ago, I said, no, you're not the oldest person. The oldest person is my dad, 78. He's not a Gamino by blood, but
Wow.
yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
Dad's the oldest person in the room. So that's yeah.
How old is Uncle Larry?
He was close. I don't remember
because he's older than Mom, and there's only a
Right.
Yeah, I want to say like Dad's 78, so I want to say he's like 76, maybe 77. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, as I get older, I think even though it's kind of a pain to go through and it's tedious to introduce everybody, I think it's valuable, and I don't mind it. But I could hear the teenagers around me, and I won't say who they were because some of them are other people's kids, but some of them were from our group. But I could hear voices around me from the younger people saying like, "Why are we doing this? Why do we waste our time?" And I think I don't know. It's a thing that when you're young, you don't care why do I need to? I don't
know these people. I don't need to know these people, but it's perspective. I think it's as you age, you're like, oh.
Well, the problem is because I was like that when I was younger. I was like, why do I need to know these people? I don't hang out with. I don't see any of these people except for when we all get together like this.
Mm-hmm.
But fast forward to now, like there's a lot of people that I either don't know super well or I just barely know, so I don't have any kind of relationship with them, and I kind of wish I did, just at the very least to have these kinds of conversations with people. Because if I'm left alone with with some of the cousins, I don't. That's not going to last very long.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say after.
Well, I've connected with them on Facebook, so I try to connect with all our family on Facebook, even if I don't talk to them daily. And then you at least see the photos or what's going on. You at least vaguely know how many kids they have or where they're living these days. And yeah, it's good. I mean, that's enough to start up a conversation with them and their family. So they're always, they're never gonna, say, oh, why are you talking to me or anything like that.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever?
But yeah, my kid Tomas was actually saying, hey, can you get down all this information? I need to know this. So he was actually pretty interested in knowing, as we were introducing all our family and who we all were, and that was interesting to him. Although he's still stuck with, Manny and his brother Xavier, and then but he did have a good time. I think spending some time with JJ's boys. I say
Joey
kids,
and
his
Andrew.
boys, Joey and Andrew.
And it helps that he has the fantasy football league, that he knows who they are and has at least something you can talk to them about.
Yep, because they're in our fantasy football league as well, the JJ's boys.
Jamie, want to say something?
No, I was just gonna say, have you guys? Has it hit you guys yet that at some point, like how you have shirts that have like the pictures of the the family members and you're part of that group. At some point, it's going to be the four of us on a shirt. It'll say the Paredes family reunion, and it's going to be like the four of us.
It did not hit me until just this second.
I want my picture to look like Corey Haim's driver's license and license to drive.
Oh yeah, there won't be any of like our grandfather in a sailor hat or it with a shirt and tie or anything. It's gonna be Rudy with his hat on backwards and his chain hanging out.
I propose the picture should be 4 boxes and the four of us just right here.
I could put on a sailor hat if you want me to. little kerchief hanging. Yeah.
See, I think of it more. It'll be just exactly what he is now, like that backwards hat, Cheech and Chong T-shirt. It's not. It's going to be a little less dignified than the old photographs, I think.
But it'll be of me. My picture will be so I'll be on the shirt, but I'll be wearing a shirt of the Paredes family reunion that has our grandfather. So it'd be like one of those.
That's good.
Yeah, one of those things that you keep.
Like what is it? Those babushka dolls.
Smart motherfucker. That's right.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Because back in the day, people, because all those pictures on the shirt, I think everybody's if they're not in a sailor costume, a sailor uniform, they're in
costume.
Too much Peppa Pig. They are they're in a suit and tie. Like I can't remember the last time I put on a suit and tie.
Well, I mean, a lot of those pictures were probably taken right around when the country was at war. So you were either probably a soldier or a sailor or you were home in a business. I don't know where I was going with that, but
Yeah, I'm not.
You know what I mean?
don't wear a suit and I'm home.
oh, that's what I mean. Like you'll just have your finest Cheech and Chong T-shirt. It's a little
No,
different.
Rudy will have a
Who farted? My Who Farted shirt on? What?
no, Rudy will have one of those Facebook filter or the TikTok filters or whatever. You'll have like bunny
Yeah.
ears or something.
Funny ears and a little nose, rosy cheeks. That'll be me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I wonder if they can we can print them before we die. Like I want to see them before we die. Like we need approval.
Like at what point do you transition into that though? Like at what point does it not become a Gamino family reunion and it becomes like the next level down?
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Right.
It's
Boy,
deep,
these are
too deep.
trippy questions. I've never stopped to think about.
Well,
them.
because then you think about it. Because what are there 9? We talk about when it comes to on the Gamino side, it was 9 of them, right? 9 siblings.
Yeah.
So
think
wouldn't
that's
they all
right.
then branch down to their own? There'd be 9 separate.
Haven't they
family
already?
reunions.
Really? I mean, they all have. Yeah.
I mean, eventually that's what's going to happen. I think that's the issue when you get like mom and some of her cousins who say that they want to get together and just like rent a hall or they just want to invite everybody like we used to do. I hear that a lot. Like it used to be. It's like the family's too big. Things don't work the same way they used to a long time ago. You know, at some point, that's just the natural evolution.
And you didn't even get 100% attendance. I mean, not like you were going to, but I mean, like what they're. I mean, people have different things going on. So you probably had of the total people that could have attended, you had what 80%, 75%.
Oh, you think it was 80?
Oh,
No. We're
I'm
like
thinking like 40. I'm
You
thinking
think 40?
40%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Maybe
say
you're right.
less than half.
Hell, I had
Sure.
25% of my kids.
Right. I was gonna say
Yeah,
how
like
many of
shit.
us
I
are
didn't even have 80% of my family there. So
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
I did.
No.
I did. I was just missing Parker. Manny left for a little bit.
Were you missing her?
I wouldn't say I was missing her.
Well,
Of course I miss Parker.
It gets old when we're just. I mean, that doesn't get old. I shouldn't say that. It. I mean, at some point, you want to do some things to keep the other family involved, and so I think there were some games. Did you guys partake of the bingo and some of the other things that were going on?
No, I left
I
as
thought-
bingo was starting.
I got into bingo because at first I was like, dude, it's like 1,000,000 degrees. I'm gonna sit here and play bingo with some frijoles and put it. It's too hot. But then I heard there were prizes, so I'm like, let me sit down and see if I can get some of these prizes.
Did you win anything?
No, I did not. No, did not win a thing. I probably played like 3 rounds or whatever, but no, didn't win anything. Did you guys win anything? I know Andrew left, but
I did not play, but I have probably in my lifetime maybe played several hundred games of bingo, I would think. I mean, I've lived a long life and I have never in my life won a game of bingo. Never.
Wow.
I never.
You sure about that? Really?
You
unless-
lose! Good day, sir!
I'm the guy that plays bingo, and then when I get a bingo, I give my card to the person next to me so they can yell it out. I don't know why. I usually love attention, but I'm like, this is silly. I don't want to yell bingo.
I mean, really, if you wanted to cheat, like you just can't you just like write down as they call them, you get like one of each and like just write it down and then
well,
like,
if it's a true bingo game, like an above the board bingo game, they'll want to see your card.
There's usually an audit. Yeah, you've got to read off the spaces that gave you bingo.
Although at
I
this,
only
I
play
think we were
below
just
board.
at this, I think we were just reading them off. Like if I yelled bingo, they'd be okay. What do you got? And I'd be like B8, yeah, and I could totally lie. You're right. Interesting, man. I'm gonna keep that one in my back pocket.
Mikey's the big winner. Mikey wins.
Yeah. Along with
But I was using this to segue into. I think
I
you have
know
some
it's-
photos, don't you, Jamie?
I
I
think
know
you guys
it's
are both going the same way. Yeah.
I think
Keep going. Oh, you're done? One more.
One more. Big
Get it.
one.
Yeah.
my little
nothing like-
grandbaby.
There's nothing like
Wait a
the family tradition of teaching your kids about violence early on.
That
in
was
their
my
childhood.
little grandbaby Sonny putting those vicious wax on that pinata.
way to set up that clip there too. Just kind of just started playing it. It wasn't
Well, I think-
stereotypical at all.
it needed no setup. Like, we're Mexicans, and what do Mexicans do? There's got to be a pinata wherever
Eat
we are.
beans.
So
Drink.
for the listeners, we did see
Arrived late. Sorry.
Go ahead. For the listeners,
No,
what?
for the listeners, that was Rudy's granddaughter, Sunny, who is 2 to 3. She's 3.
Why are you
too,
putting me on
right?
the spot, dude? I don't even know my own kids.
I think she's
I'm
good.
trying to help the people that did not see what just happened. I'm just trying
The lazy people on Spotify.
It was Rudy's granddaughter, but
That was my granddaughter, Sunny, the beautiful
You don't know
Sunny.
how old she is.
he doesn't.
She's 3. She's 3.
3.
I'm going with 3 and just being confident about it and praying to God that I'm right. But
I
yeah, she
must have
can't be
missed one of
4.
her birthdays. Did I not get invited to one of them?
Probably. We were trying to keep that a
Probably not.
secret. Then what is this one here? Hold on.
Come forward. One more foot forward. There you go. I can see it.
He's cheating! Quit acting stupid! You ruined it for all the kids.
It's a big dumb animal, isn't he, folks?
Video just ended.
I didn't tell anybody, but I could. Well, I think I did say. I said I could see it while I was hitting it.
You said it
the
out loud.
blindfold
For all of
wasn't
those,
very-
for all of those on Spotify, that was Bobby taking some wax at the pinata that was at the family reunion, and I believe you actually left your feet at one point. Did you jump in the air?
I think he
It looked
leapt.
like-
He leapt.
Are you jealous that I can get up off the ground still, or what? Why is that so surprising to you?
I think you did like a fencing move, like you tried to stab it or something.
You did like a scissor thing with your legs.
I'm sure he
I was
did.
just so excited that I could actually see through the blindfold that they had put on me that I was like,
So you
oh,
cheated. You cheated.
We should also specify that Bobby was not just ruining the day for all the kids. This was an adults only pinata.
So
Yeah,
I
they
was
do.
told. So the only reason I even participated was because I was told that this was the adult one. This was the one. Yes, correct. There were 2 pinatas, one for the little kids and one for the adults. But I was told there was like shooters in there or edibles and just different things that adults might like. And
Edibles?
then
Was it?
Yeah,
it's legal in Missouri. But anyway, so I was told there was adult stuff in there. So
we
I
were
was
on the
intrigued.
Kansas. We were on the Kansas side though.
And
Normally
then
trust
Everything you're doing is bad. I want you to know this.
and then it was just candy.
Yeah. And then last but not least,
Wait, real quick. Not only was it candy, but it was chocolate candy in the 204-degree weather. So I don't know whose idea.
Oh, you're gonna
that
throw somebody in
was.
the family under the bus? Keep
I
going.
know who was it. What if they're listening? Because we
Yeah.
do have listeners. I did it.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Go
get the Quit Acting Stupid award for the week, I think, on that one.
Chocolate in a pinata. On a 100-degree
I
day.
have an idea who it was actually.
Let's check this out, guys. Check this out.
I Mira. You gotta listen for it. Listen for it, buddy. There it is. Yeah. Get it. Ooh. Kill it.
So yeah, Manny finally took it down, I think.
So for those that weren't watching or aren't watching us on YouTube, that was Manuel, my nephew, my godson.
Well, my son,
Eating
my only child, my only son.
Just call him Antonio.
Yeah.
Does anybody I got the image when I was watching him hit that thing of Luke Skywalker learning how to use a lightsaber.
That's what I was going for. That's when my commentary, it was like, just you got to feel it. You got to see it.
Feel the
Hi,
force.
Macy. Hi, Macy.
Macy.
With the blast shield down, I can't see anything. How am I supposed to fight?
Yeah, so that's definitely what I thought of. But yeah, so solid, man. It was a good time. Of course, if there's too many, like you said, Mexicans have to have what? Beer, piñatas, Mexican food.
Check.
The only thing we were missing was fireworks.
Fireworks. These are Mexican. You do
And a
not
fight.
know
We
what
didn't
it
have a
is.
fight breakout, but
There was no
Good.
fight. That's correct. Did you guys have anybody come up to you while you were there and saying that they watched the podcast?
Actually, I
Bobby
did.
Lopez.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Bobby
probably
Lopez.
Yeah, let's share those names
shout
here.
out. Shout out.
Bobby Lopez.
Apparently,
Bobby Lopez. He came
Booney
up to me and he came to my shoulder and he said, "Hey, quit acting stupid." I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, I was gonna say. To be fair, he never really told me he watched it. He just
Yeah.
acknowledged that he knew the name of the podcast.
Well, Booney came up and said that Peanuts puts it on the big screen at the house. So
Right.
Ooh, and for those that don't know, Bobby Lopez, aka Peanuts.
I
I
found
told
out
you-
why. Hold on. We can't move on. I found out why Booney has his name Booney. Do you know why Booney is called Booney?
I
You know the
assume we
story?
couldn't say Bobby when he was little.
His sister Angel couldn't say Junior. They wanted to call him Junior, but when Angel was little, she could call him Boonier. So hence,
I think I've heard that story before.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before.
Okay.
I told Bobby, so Peanuts came up to me during like early on when he first got there, and I think, hey, you know what he does? You know what Peanuts does? He comes over and just starts acting stupid. Starts grabbing you and like hitting you or not hitting you, but just messing with you. And I looked at him and I said, "Hey, quit acting stupid, man." And I literally said, like, you are like the namesake, like you're the reason. You're like everything we're talking about, like everything you do. I need to tell you, quit acting stupid. Quit acting stupid. So Peanuts.
yeah, I gotta give Peanuts a little bit of a shout out too, because this was one time last fall, I want to say, and I felt like one of the older cousins, which made me feel respected and excited and proud. But then at the same time, I was like, oh damn, am I getting that old? But you know how mom and her older cousins, they'll from time to time just call each other on the phone still and just, hey, how you doing? What are you up to? Last fall, I remember getting a call from Peanuts, from Bobby Lopez, and he was just, hey cuz, what's going on? And it was just like a Saturday morning. I think I might have been watching like a college football game day because it was in the fall and it was on a Saturday morning. He was just checking in on me, and I was like, that's awesome. I'm one of the older ones now. And then I was like, oh shit, that means I'm one of the older ones.
I'm one of the older ones. Good. He'll shout out to me on Snapchat, and I think he called me around the same time he called you. I think he called me around that time too. And yeah, it was kind of
just to talk.
Yeah, just to talk. So
I want to shout out to Renee Estrada.
I was gonna get to her. Renee Estrada. Yes, she's a listener as well. And I will. She told me, well, when I'm at work on like Friday afternoons, I'll have it on in the background while I'm trying to finish things up. And that's kind of the way you listen to podcasts. Just have it on the background. I listen to a lot of them that way. So I appreciate her listening. So I definitely wanted to give her a shout out. What'd she tell you, Bob?
No, that's exactly it. I mean, just she watches it, and that was pretty much it. So, yeah, and then during the time when we had just kind of open mic, when we were all introducing our families, I think I said this earlier in the show. I put out a big plug, and so this could be the first time some of our family are listening. Doubtful that they've made it all the way this far, at the 53-minute mark into the show.
Did notice since Sunday our subscriptions went up from 100 to 104. So
wow, 104.
Yeah, 104. So
I know one of those people.
Oh, do you? Do you want to put him out here now or no?
Is it a bot?
I mean, I could. No, it's my buddy Derek.
Okay.
He knows we've had a podcast, and I keep telling him to listen to it, and he's like, I just don't ever listen to podcasts. I'm sorry. I'm meaning to. And I said, well, just at least subscribe to it.
Yeah,
that's all it takes.
Listen to it. Just subscribe.
And he was like, yeah, I'll do that. I don't know why I haven't done that, because if it's on it'll pop up on my home page, then I'll see it more often than I might actually listen. Think to listen to it.
Right.
Shout out to
Derek. He automatically becomes my second favorite Derek.
D. Who's the first D?
After Zoolander, Derek Zoolander.
Oh, I thought we were talking about real people.
You're talking about fictional characters.
I have two friends.
Characters.
Two friends in the same friend group, both named Derek. One is Derek Black, and one is Derek Brown. And it's very odd that they found each other.
You just need to meet a Derek White.
Yeah, Derek White, a Derek Blue.
What's the Quentin Tarantino movie? No, what's the Quentin Tarantino? Reservoir Dogs. Reservoir Dogs.
Mr. Orange, Mr. Blue.
Yeah.
Derek Pink.
The only Derek I know is Derek Watson. I don't know any Dereks, I don't think. What about you, Bob? Do you know any Derek's?
Not personally, no.
How are we going down this?
Who's the guy that used to play for the Spurs? Plays for the Celtics now. Derek White, isn't that
Derek Chivas?
Derek Chivas. There you go.
There you go. All right.
What about Bo Derek? Are we doing last name?
Nope.
As well?
Last name. Nope. Nope. Now we're on Bo's. We can go Bo Jackson.
Bo Duke.
I know.
Are we doing BAUs or BOs?
BOs.
Sorry, Bridges.
Then it begins and ends with.
He just said, "Sorry, Bridges." Sorry, that cracked me up. Shout out to Bo Jonas out there, freshman at UCF, University of Central Florida, baseball team.
How do you know Bo Jonas?
He was friends with Manny. His mom, his mom Tasha is a Fabella, so you guys probably know the Fabella family. The dad went to St. Mary. They both went to St. Mary's, and
this is a person that actually exists.
Yes, this is a real person, Bo Jonas. So shout out to Bo Jonas. But
I said we jump full on into this Bo conversation.
Bo Jackson, Hall of Fame.
I think it starts and ends with Bo Jackson, right?
Yeah, it's got to. Yeah,
Bo
I'm
knows.
trying to think. I mean,
Bo Diddley. Bo Diddley. How do we come on?
Bo Diddley. I said Bo Jackson overtook Bo Diddley. Anywho,
Bo Duke. Did anybody get my Bo Duke reference?
Yeah, I think we heard that.
Was he BO Duke or BAU? I always in my head thought he was BA.
Well, if he's from the South, I think it's BO.
I assumed it was BO, but
the famous BO is Barack Obama.
Or body odor.
I got famous BO.
That's what they say.
What?
Oh shit!
I don't know. Do we have Rudy's runs for tonight?
I have some runs.
I think it's about time we move to that. Yeah.
What's this thing?
Unless there's objections.
No, you guys go ahead and talk amongst yourselves.
There is another Bo. I can't think of his name.
Bo.
He's a character actor from a long time ago, so it's not like anybody would know him.
That's fitting.
Yeah, that was a good run though, guys.
Let's flush the first 55 minutes and start over.
So Rudy's runs. I got a few of them that we can talk about. Did you guys see Travis Kelce on stage with Taylor Swift?
Bo Hopkins. Sorry.
Dude,
it's like a joke grenade. It was told a long time ago.
Travis Kelce on stage with Taylor Swift. You guys,
and Colin Saunders' brother, Cam Saunders.
Yeah, he's been one of our dancers for a long time. He's been one of our dancers for a long time.
I saw that name. I saw people saying that, but I didn't know that was the connection.
No. Travis has now performed with both Saunders brothers, the Colin on the field with the Chiefs, and now Cam with as a backup dancer. So.
Yeah. So honestly, I thought it was pretty cool. Like, you know,
I think it's cool. I'm not.
Jamie looks disgusted.
Did you guys hear he did that with one rehearsal? That's pretty cool.
Really? Yeah, good for him.
I don't think he had time to attend a lot of rehearsals.
Jamie's gonna love this one. What about that Hallmark Chiefs movie, guys? You guys excited for that?
Yeah, I'm out. He's out. He's out.
What are we doing?
I'm out.
I get it. I want to hate it. I'll probably never watch it when it comes out.
Oh, I'm 100% gonna watch it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yes, they're recording. They're shooting it around town, and I saw on Facebook today they were looking for extras. Like, here's how to be an extra in the movie.
I saw several people on my feeds today saying, "Oh, I just applied to be an extra."
Yeah.
Like, well, I think it's kind of cool. Like, as much as it's just dumb and unnecessary.
Yeah,
it's cool that the Chiefs are becoming a brand like the Cowboys or the Patriots. Somebody that would where they're the setting.
Yankees, Dodgers, I
feel like my favorite football team has jumped the shark. I mean, what are we doing? Are we a football team or are we?
Hey, we can play. What's the music that guy played? That guy that does all the parody songs about the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Weird Al Yankovic.
No.
The accordion.
So I look forward to the Chiefs and Hallmark getting together. This has been talked about a lot. The Chiefs and the Royals moving to Kansas.
Oh boy.
Thoughts? I mean, I can give my thoughts on it real quick. Like, I want to tell all the voters in Missouri, quit acting stupid. Like, you didn't know this was going to happen? Yeah. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Oh, we're going to show those millionaires. We're going to vote? No. Okay.
Are they really? Idiots. I think they're just bluffing.
Yeah, we're gonna tell them no and make them come back to the table.
Yeah, that's
like that. That was the thing I saw all the time that I couldn't stand. Like, no,
So, Bob,
they will get up and leave.
Yeah, Bob, you don't think they're leaving? Like, you think they're staying
They're
at?
bluffing. They're bluffing.
So
well, Bobby's the one that was like, well, I really like Kauffman Stadium.
Like
they
Kauffman.
are not
I do.
going to
The stadiums
play.
are fine. There's nothing wrong with them.
They're not.
Nothing
The
wrong with them.
Royals
They're not
aren't
gonna
playing at Kauffman. Yeah,
They're not going to play there anymore.
They don't want
that's
to.
over.
Doesn't matter.
I don't really care about the Royals. They can go wherever they want.
You're the worst person.
Bobby's one of those.
He's the worst of all of them. But
Well,
the Chiefs are definitely gone. Like,
Here's my. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Didn't cut you off.
I was gonna just mention. Did you guys see the things for the Chiefs? Like what they have planned for the Chiefs out there? It's amazing. Why would the Chiefs stay in Independence when they've got that waiting for them out by the Speedway? Like,
well, my theory on this as time is going on is because they put out this message of we love Arrowhead, we want to stay at Arrowhead, and you kind of convince the fan base that, oh well, this is where the Hunt family start, like Lamar Hunt, they want to stay in the building that he built and all this kind of stuff. And then they just had like a admittedly weak proposal. Like it was a terrible thing. Like even us people that would have voted yes,
yeah,
you had to admit that the
yes.
Chiefs design and everything was a turd, was just awful. And then how quickly everything moved to the Kansas conversation makes me think that Clark Hunt kind of tried to save face maybe, but he didn't want any of that to pass originally. He put no effort into that. Did you hear too? I remember like 2 days after the vote, like people were getting letters in the mail from the Chiefs saying, please, we'd love your vote this April. Like it was just, gave no thought, no effort.
It was terrible.
Which only makes me think that this was what they wanted to begin with. Was they wanted to make it look like they wanted to save Arrowhead, but they want to move out and get a dome and do all that stuff. And
get a dome, get the Final Fours, get some winter concerts, get the Super Bowl. I was going to say get a rest. What'd you say, Jamie?
I was just saying my favorite was the people that would say, well, we should just stay out at Arrowhead and build around there.
That's ridiculous.
I haven't had the opportunity to do that the last 60 years.
You've had all the time in the world, and the one thing out there, the Denny's burned down, so like we're done. But no, one of the things I was looking forward to at the Dome Stadium was like, hey, we can get like a WrestleMania in here. But I don't know if you guys heard this. Well, I'm moving on. Well, I got another piece to that. Anyway, WrestleMania.
We'll talk about it all again.
Yeah, so WrestleMania, I think WWE signed like some kind of contract where they're going to do like their 3 main pay-per-views in Indiana, like I think at Lucas Oil, but like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble or whatever, they're all like it's an Indiana thing now. Like I don't know,
forever or just this year.
It's like a contract for like 3 or 4 years, whatever. But I don't know. I don't know if it was a done deal, if it was signed. I read that the other day, and I thought, I was kind of looking forward to like WrestleMania being over by the Speedway and having a dome, and I'd go to a WrestleMania. I mean,
I would too, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. But
any pay-per-view is usually a good show, but WrestleMania they pull out all the stops.
I took
celebrities and everything.
I took Parker and Manny, us 3. We drove out to St. Louis to see Raw 100, I think. Or I don't know. It's pretty cool. We got a hotel, and anyways. We can talk about that later. I think we even said 2 episodes ago we could have a whole show on wrestling,
and we should do that. I'd like to do
that. But the last thing I had on my thing, which kind of goes back to the
PTO that show.
You don't like wrestling? Coco Beware? Anyway,
go ahead.
The last thing about the Chiefs and Royals, and it was kind of on my list, was did you guys see the drawings for the Royals in the West Bottoms?
I did see that. I like that.
Dude, that was pretty solid. You didn't see it, Jamie?
Yeah.
Is that the one that like straddled Kansas and Missouri?
Yeah, I love it when it straddles.
Where you could hit a home run out of one.
And I know that sounds stupid when I first heard it, but I'm like, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty sweet if you hit a home run into Missouri.
Good.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah. So, and I thought the design looked cool. They had like a little crown in the, I dug it. I thought it was cool.
As long as they have troughs for urinals. That's all.
Yeah, you like to meet gays. That's why you like to stare at everybody's business. Hey, everybody, nice hogs. But anyway,
What?
That's you walking in,
Oh boy.
walking up to the trough. Oh man, guys, that's I think that's all. One other thing.
I think your runs were constipated this week, but anyway, go ahead.
And honestly,
Yeah.
they're not turning. Yeah, they're turning into like not runs anymore. I'm supposed to like run through them, and then we talk about them. So we might. Yeah,
I think we give your segment the axe.
Do you want to? No, I think it's
Give it.
amazing. I haven't been giving it my full effort. I threw that stuff together today. But the other thing, though, Bobby mentioned a couple. Was it 2 episodes ago? You mentioned, Bob, about the Hawk Tua girl. and we both, that was the first I had heard about it, honestly, and I'm like, what are you talking about? That's way
that
too
was
big.
Before we were recording, though.
I mentioned it off camera.
Right, you mentioned it off
before we
air,
started
and you
recording.
said, hey, do you think we should do this? And I'm like, dude, that sounds raunchy. No way. And now it's like anything anybody's
Everywhere.
talking about. It's all over the place, and it kind of blows my mind that Bobby was like, he was the
out
one
in front.
on top of it. Yeah,
I was in
he
front of
was
that.
What do you,
Yeah.
what do you think
Finger
that
on the
chick's
pulse.
dad's? What do you think that chick's dad's doing right now?
Yeah.
Is he selling T-shirts of it, or like is he just like, oh my god, my daughter, I hate her?
She
I feel like she was so open and just expressive. I think that maybe he might be similar, or he's used to.
Yeah, she grew up. She
You know
grew
what
up
I mean?
that way.
And how much of it was playing to the camera too, knowing that she had knowing she had a microphone in her face?
She
And was probably not sober, like obviously.
It's not the only thing she had in her face. Yeah, maybe we should ask her. Maybe we should ask our mother what it's like to have a kid completely embarrass you in front of the whole world.
Well, we can have Mom on next week, and she can answer that question, right?
Wow.
Wait, hold on. Who embarrassed her?
Us. We are.
Oh, I thought you were specifically.
I did too. I was like,
I thought you were like, remember that one time when Rudy
talking about this
when
show.
Rudy discussed oral on the internet.
Oh God, you just said oral. I think
the only thing
I thought that was putting it pretty PG like
Oral
that.
B. He was
Did
talking
you
about
hear that?
He's talking about toothbrushes.
The only thing worse would be if somebody mentioned the word moist. Anyway.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's.
What about a quit acting stupid? Did we have?
Wait, hang on. We gotta get out of Rudy's runs here.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 45 minutes.
Now,
yeah, that's
be done.
Yeah. So,
who did I say earlier should win the award?
The people that schedule.
The people that put chocolate in the pinata.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So who was that? Was it Karen Lopez? Was it?
Are we really going to do this?
If it's Karen, I say I'm sorry, Karen.
I don't know who it was. Do you guys know?
I have an idea of who it was,
idea.
but I don't know that I want to put them on blast. But
All good.
looks like we already have.
So that'll be our quit acting stupid then.
Family members that put chocolate in a piñata on a 100-degree day.
Guys, I really like the idea of a clip of the week, man. We talked about it last week that we want to have a clip.
You guys shot me down. You guys shot me down when I brought that up.
No, I think the clip that we have ready and available is too long.
Yeah.
Like, I think I want it to be a little more concise. It can't be.
I made a concise.
We should have both of our listeners vote on whether or not to have a clip of the week.
Clip of the week is basically the idea is, and I think this was Jamie's idea where you said it'll be like this week it's my turn, and then Andrew will have to bring the clip of the week next week. And so everybody has a clip of the week. We'll probably keep it between 30 and 45 seconds, but it's almost like is
30.
that too long? 30?
I was gonna say short. The shorter the better, because Jamie said the inspiration is like the moment of Zen at the end of David's show, kind of that ideally, and those are usually pretty short.
The moment of Zen.
Like
I'm thinking
not even 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
I'm gonna sound old here, but you guys watch Sunday Morning on CBS?
Not anymore. Pre-COVID, I used to get up early to watch it.
Well, now with that YouTube TV, it just records, and I watch it at like on Sunday night on my forklift. So
what I have them just piling up now. I don't know why.
I'm exactly that same way. I have them. I record them, but I haven't watched one in 3 years.
This last week was good. They had I can't remember who they had on, but it was really good. But they do something similar to like the moment is Zen at the end. But that's the idea. So we'll each bring we'll take turns on whose week it is, and we'll bring a clip of the week. So you're saying 30 seconds? I want it to be long enough to where it's not just a drop, obviously.
Yeah.
20 seconds.
10.
Whew. I think just feel it out.
Yeah, let's feel it out. Like maybe not put a hard number on it, but we'll see. We'll see how funny the clip is or whatever. I guess though, but we won't show each other until. Is it going to be a surprise to us?
Well, you're going to have to be ready to play it, right?
Oh yeah,
I think it should be somewhat timely or relevant, like to something that we've discussed or something that we've brought up. Maybe.
Hell, we don't even know what we're going to discuss.
Ideally, but that doesn't.
Is anything we talk about relevant at all? I mean, we were talking about our buttholes and ball bags earlier, so I want to try to start doing that. And then the other thing, which we've kind of done a little bit, but haven't really made it a thing, but when we seem to end our shows, we always end with hey, I watched this week, or check this out. Give the viewers hey, here's a good recommendation. Like you did the Wiggles documentary, which I watched and I enjoyed. I think I talked about Better Off Dead. I don't know if I told people to watch it or not, but
right.
Yeah. So is there anything anybody watched recently?
Yeah. I just finished up a HBO documentary called Hail Satan. It's about yeah. I was like, I gotta watch this. And it's not as it's interesting. It's not at all I don't know. It was pretty cool.
Is it something you would recommend to people to check out?
Yeah.
Would you be embarrassed if somebody's like, Jamie told me to watch this?
No, it's more political than it is.
Okay.
I mean, these people I can't.
Yeah,
I mean,
spoiler alert. Yeah. Don't give it away. Andrew, did you see anything?
Yeah, I watched the Brat Pack documentary on Hulu. I mainly watched it because you said you saw it, and I wanted to see it in case we talked about it.
I did see it.
I thought that was really well done because it kind of follows Andrew McCarthy specifically and his way that Brat Pack label followed him and kind of was a cloud over his career and his life after that. And they really went in depth in talking to the guy who wrote that article and coined the phrase and tracking down all the people who were either in the Brat Pack or adjacent to the Brat Pack. And just kind of that fun fan element of it of who do you consider to be the Brat Pack? What do you consider to be the Brat Pack movies? And everybody's got different answers. And I don't know. I just found it very interesting because I really like those movies. The ones that I've seen Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire, 16 Candles. Never seen Pretty in Pink.
I've never seen Pretty in Pink or St. Elmo's Fire. That documentary almost had me starting St. Elmo's Fire, but I got into something else. But
but I saw those movies long after they were relevant in Hollywood. But I knew from you guys and from just pop culture that those are those coming of age high school college movies.
Right.
And I really like them for what they are.
Yeah.
I thought they were very good. I like those actors. The chemistry was great. I always really liked Andrew McCarthy too.
Yeah, I always liked him. Weekend at Bernie's, but I was go there with him.
But I don't know. I think that's cool that I came along, 15 years. I was probably watching these movies in the early 2000s. So 15 plus years after they were made. They're dated. They're, they kind of feel a little awkward sometimes, but all the connection, the charisma even of all the actors, it all comes through still. And I still really like those movies.
Solid documentary. Bob, did you see anything?
Nope.
I didn't think you did. You had a lot of stuff.
Dynamite drop there.
Dynamite drop there, Monty.
Real quick. Wait, did you have one?
Yeah.
You go. Go ahead. Go.
Can of finish. I watched last night. I started, and I don't know why I hadn't watched this yet, but Baby Driver. Have you guys seen Baby Driver?
Yes. You've never seen it?
No.
I had never seen
porn.
it.
In the queue.
No, it's
what kind of porn are you watching?
I know with babies in it.
Driver.
I was thinking the driver part. But anyway, go ahead. Anyway,
Baby Driver. No, solid movie. If you like action, car chases. I mean, it was really, really cool, and the story behind it's pretty sweet. So,
good performances. Good performances.
I was frozen.
You're frozen for a sec.
I also like Frozen, by the way. But anyways, yeah. So that's what I have for people if they want to check out Baby Driver. I think it's on.
Good movie.
Not on. Yeah, it's on Netflix, I believe. So yeah. And
So
Brat
when,
Pack, the Brat Pack documentary is on Hulu. And Jamie, your Satan documentary is where?
Is on Mac, HBO,
HBO.
the Max.
Max. Yeah, Max. So what were you
I
going to say,
second
Jamie?
it.
I was just gonna say when Charisse the other day had mentioned that Weird Science is on Hulu, I think.
I mentioned
And
that. Sharice
was
sent
that you?
clips. Sharice
Okay,
sent
yeah.
clips of Weird Science, and I was like, oh,
That's
that's
right.
on,
You mentioned.
that's on Hulu. Yeah.
So I sent that to Quentin and Crystal and Kylie. Quentin, Crystal, and Kylie, and said, hey, check it out, whatever. And I get a question mark from Kylie, and Crystal responds with 1985, too old. Like,
Wow. So they're not even giving it a shot.
no.
Yikes.
Science.
I don't think my
They're
boys
missing
have
out.
ever
Old.
watched- Yeah.
That's
Did-
like
Did you see the way they created her too? I was watching that like on the computer on their little. I'm like, that can't happen. that
it was a
can't-
bit far fetched.
You know,
can't make a girl.
it only took you to
That's
this
only-
long to figure that out.
As if that's the only thing far-fetched in that movie.
Yeah, I know. Great movie though. Great movie.
I've actually never seen it. I don't think.
You haven't seen Weird Science?
I've seen bits and pieces, but never
Okay,
sat down.
you
and
need
watched
to.
it.
You need.
Yeah,
to go
I could. If we're going to
That's
talk, real quick, I know we're wrapping up here, but if I'll give you a few '80s movies I've never seen that
real quick, because we got to wrap up.
So Weird Science, I've never seen Beetlejuice.
I haven't either.
I just did recently. I recently
Really?
did.
Really?
Okay.
Not that good.
Which I saw the Broadway musical and I love it, and I had never seen the movie, and
You
apparently
saw the
it follows.
musical before the movie?
Yeah, and the musical's really good. It's coming next year. You guys should check it out. It's really good.
Okay.
And then there's some more, I think. Oh, Pretty in Pink, like I said.
I need to see that. Pretty in Pink is on my list, but
War Games is another one.
that's been a long time. I
Yeah.
think we
I
watched
don't
it
know.
as kids, but
Those first two were ones Johnny Dangerously.
Oh, you gotta watch.
so
Johnny.
good.
Yeah.
So good.
Again, I've seen scenes.
Okay, you've got some stuff.
yeah.
You've got some homework to do this week, but
Oh, and the original Batman, but that's probably 90.
The first
I
thing you need to
rewatched-
watch.
I
Hey,
rewatched
the
it.
first thing you still need to watch is Blood In, Blood Out. But that's
I know.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
You're right.
I've seen it, but it's been a long time. So I'll wrap us up, Bob. Take us home.
Yeah.
All right. So I appreciate you guys joining us this evening. Or whenever you're watching this. But for my brothers Jamie, Andy, Rudy, I'm Bobby D saying until next time, quit acting stupid.
Not to get into too much troubles, okay?